Hey, what's up guys? Hardleg Joe here with the profile for my Full Armor Master Turbo deck, a Blackwing build in 2020 that actually focuses on making the Blackwing synchros. Mostly this one, because it steals cards, nukes the field, and is unaffected by all other card effects. It can really only be destroyed by battle, and we have ways of dealing with people who try to destroy things by battle. Now, if you don't like explanations and you just want to see this deck in action, check out the main What a Deck video, linked down in the description. There I'll be playing duels against random opponents and showing off how this thing plays. Otherwise, here I'm just going to be going card by card, explaining what we play, what it do, and why it be. Starting off with our monster lineup, we have 3 Simoon The Poison Wind, 2 Crackheads, 3 Gurren Lagann Birds, 1 Elite Beat Agent, 3 Marshmallow Peeps, 2 Sick Bird, 2 Gale Dogra, 1 of the old Search and Perch, 3 Free Real Estate, 3 Dust, an Elysian Bird, and 1 Squanch. For spells, we're playing 3 Allure of Darkness, 1 Rank Up Magic, sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get, 3 Pot of Greed, and 3 motherfucking Black Whirlwind. Our only traps are 3 Bouncing Mirror Force and 3 Banishing Mirror Force. Our extra deck contains twin Blackwing Towers, a Savage Dorito, a Shower, a Sprinkle, Hardleg Joe, double summon in bird form, Dragmagulus, the Ixie monster with a flip effect, an Owl, Big Blue, Decode Talker's older brother, Corn, my good friend Hal, his pet bird, and what I can only assume is a new UA monster. The side deck I'll go over in a bit. So right away, I'll let you know that this is not the best build of Blackwings. That would be the Link-centric version that uses Mist Valley stuff to create an infinite negation loop. If you want to play that build, you can easily find a deck profile for it on YouTube, but I wanted to do something a little different. This version of the deck is essentially a challenge build. There's this Blackwing called Simoon The Poison Wind, which is really powerful and generates a ton of advantage, but it locks you into exclusively dark monsters for the turn, so most of the competitive decks don't play it. My goal was to see how good I could make Blackwings while playing around that restriction. The extra deck is almost exclusively dark monsters, and is set up to make powerful combos with them alone. The main focus, of course, is Blackwing Full Armor Master, who, as I said before, is unaffected by all other card effects, meaning the only way to defeat him is through the use of kaijus or combat. Not many decks are playing kaijus these days, so I wanted to focus on protecting him from battle. What I came up with was pairing Full Armor Master with Avramax. This is a Link 4 that can only be made with extra deck monsters, and in addition to being untargetable by card effects, it says that your opponent cannot target other monsters for battle except for him. And when he battles, he gains attack equal to the battling monster, so good luck with that. Together, these two create an interesting soft lock where your Armor Master can only be outed by battle, but your opponent can't battle it. They must fight this guy who never loses a combat. Of course, you may have noticed that this is a light monster, which means that with our restrictions, we can't make this on our turn, but we have an easy way around that. IP Masquerena is a Dark Link 2 monster that lets you Link summon during your opponent's turn. And if you end on this and Wise Strix, another Dark Link 2, you can combine them to make Avramax at the start of your opponent's turn. Doing this combo is fairly easy and consistent. All you need is Simoon, any level 4 Blackwing, and any Blackwing that can special summon itself. We play 11 level 4 Blackwings in the deck, and 11 that can special summon themselves, so as long as you open with Simoon, it's very likely that you have the combo. Let's go to the footage. First, activate Simoon The Poison Wind. You must banish a Blackwing from your hand to do this. If you have one that cannot be special summoned from the hand, choose that one. This will activate Black Whirlwind from the deck, and then allow you to normal summon Simoon without tributing. When you normal summon a Blackwing while Black Whirlwind is on the field, you can search a Blackwing with lower attack. You will always pick Auster, the South Wind, unless you already have one. Simoon also lets you normal summon again, so you can do that. Auster, when normal summoned, allows you to summon back whatever Blackwing you banished. It also triggers Black Whirlwind again, letting you search again. Get any of the Blackwings that you can special summon from your hand. I usually pick Harmattan. Next, in order to play around Nibiru, we're going to go ahead and make Full Armor Master. You have a level 6 non-tuner and a level 4 tuner, which makes the level 10 easy. That way, even if your opponent does Nibiru you, this will still survive because it is unaffected by Nibiru. Next, you will special summon the 2 monsters from your hand, the one you started with, and the one that you searched with Black Whirlwind. Use both of them to make Raid Raptor Wise Strix. This will search any level 4 Dark Winged Beast from the deck. If you have it, pick Zephyros, but you don't necessarily need Zephyros. You can't use this as link material, but you can use it with your other level 4 as Xyz material for Raid Raptor Force Strix. This will let you search any level 4 Winged Beast monster. Detach Zephyros if you have it. If you didn't have Zephyros, if it was banished off Pot of Desires or whatever, you can get one of these Blackwings that you can special summon from the hand and complete your combo that way. Because we have Zephyros though, we don't need it. We can get one of these to set up for follow-up plays next turn. Oh yeah, and when you activate an Ixie monster while you have Force Strix, that'll search Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. I'll get to that in a moment. Zephyros you can activate in the graveyard. Return a face-up card you control to the hand, in this case your Black Whirlwind. That way you have it for next turn. To special summon this. Now that you have 2 monsters on the field, you can use Zephyros and the Raid Raptor Force Strix to make IP Masquerena. And there you go, you have your combo to make Avramax during your opponent's turn. You also have Soul Shave Force. This will get an Ixie in your graveyard, summon it, and then special summon an Ixie 2 ranks higher while using it as material. We're locked into Darks, and I think the best target you can make for a rank 6 Dark Ixie is Dragulus, because it has a quick effect you can activate during your opponent's turn, as well as a flip effect. Really kind of neat. So there you go, there is the optimal board for this. You have an undefeatable monster, a way to make it so it can't be attacked, a quick effect Book of Moon, plus 2 other cards in your hand, who knows what that can be, and set up so you can do plays again next turn. So yeah, there's your main combo, and pretty much everything in this deck is here to facilitate that. Chris, Boris, Gale, Hamtaro, and Orochi can all be special summoned from your hand if you control a Blackwing. Gust you can special summon if you control no cards, which can be useful for building advantage when you don't open with Simu. Breeze summons itself when it's added from the deck to the hand by a card effect, so if you search it with Whirlwind or draw it off of either Allure or Desires, you just get free real estate. Decay is one of the only monsters we play that can't special summon itself, but it's a level 4 tuner which can increase or decrease the level of any Blackwing when it's summoned, which makes it useful enough to run it too. If you don't have full combo, Decay or Auster along with Harmattan still get you Full Armor Master with just 2 cards. That's because when this thing is summoned, it can gain the levels of another Blackwing you control. Summon it along a level 4 tuner, and its level will become 6. And as you probably learned in elementary school, 6 and 4 make 10. Also, if your combo gets interrupted somehow, it's nice to have a level 4 tuner that you can summon off of Wise Strix, since Auster can't be special summoned for some reason. Also, Decay's level modulation effect can help you make some of the other cards in your toolbox. We have 3 level 7s, the best of which is probably YGOPro, because once per turn, it can summon a level 5 or higher winged beast out of your graveyard. Full Armor Master is a level 5 or higher winged beast, so if you happen to lose this, YGOPro can bring it back with ease. You can also use this effect along with Raikari. Once per turn, this can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Blackwings you control. This is not a hard once per turn, meaning you can summon it, blow shit up, link it away for something, and then use YGOPro to bring it back and blow shit up again. Our last level 7 is Chidori, who gains 300 attack for every Blackwing in your graveyard. Turn 2, this can easily get past 4,000 attack, allowing you to close out games, or just attack over stuff that Full Armor Master can't deal with, perhaps another Full Armor Master. Other than that, we've got Savage Dragon, a nice dark level 8 synchro with an Omni Negate, as well as Nothung, a level 6 synchro that burns your opponent for 800 and gives you an additional normal summon, which can be really useful in certain situations. As for Ixies, we've got the Raid Raptor for our combo, and Dragulus to summon off of Shave Force. During either player's turn, Dragulus can detach to flip an extra deck monster face down. Which is somewhat situational, but even if your opponent has no extra deck monsters, it can use the effect on itself, which is useful because Dragulus has a flip effect. When it's flipped face up, you can non-targeting send a card on the field to the graveyard, which is a nice bit of pinch removal. Also, if your opponent gets rid of this with anything but combat, it summons itself back face down, which can make it pretty tricky to deal with. All that leaves then is our links. Hulk is our only other non-dark monster, and it's pretty much just a backup, since it can get you out of some difficult situations by summoning a specific tuner out of the deck for synchro or link plays. Our other two links are Nightmare Unicorn, just a useful Dark Link 3, and a Cesscode Talker, a go-second alternative to Avramax, who can destroy the field and attack for big number. You can just as easily replace this with Boral Sword or Boral Load if you would prefer, but the extra deck is pretty tight, and Twitch chat really wanted me to play this, so I did. As for the rest of the main deck, I feel it's pretty simple. Allure can help dig us through the deck to try to get to Simoon, and we can recover whatever monster it banishes with Ouster. Desires, likewise, helps us draw into our playmakers, most of which we play at 3. We do have a bunch of one-ofs, but none of them are really key to the strategy. They all just represent searchable special summons. Finally, there's our traps, which are just further protection for Full Armor Master. You should be familiar with Storming Mirror Force at this point. It's quickly becoming my favorite tech card. And Black Sonic does essentially the same thing, banishing all your opponent's attack position monsters if they attack a Blackwing. I really like these cards. They're a nice little way to supplement the only weakness that Full Armor Master has, but if you want to side anything out of the deck, it's probably going to be these. This deck has a really tough time going second, so I highly recommend siding in some board-breaking staples like Nibiru and Dark Ruler No More. You might also want to consider some back row removal for Floodgates. Cosmic Cyclone, pretty popular right now, but Blackwings also have their own removal in the form of Delta Crow, a trap that destroys all face-down spell traps your opponent controls. You have to have a Blackwing on your field to activate it, but if you have exactly 3 Blackwings, you can activate it from your hand, which can be a great way to destroy a bunch of Solemns before you Synchro Summon. Everything else in here is just some other options to consider. If you want to get rid of Simoon or just play cards for when you don't have him, I would highly recommend the Simorgh link, even in pure Blackwings, along with Cyber Dragon Infinity to summon off of Shave Force if you're not locked into Darks. Boral Sword, as I said earlier, pretty good replacement for a Cesscode. Evil Swarm Nightmare, a rank 4 that can flip special summoned monsters face down. Easy to make with all your dark level 4s. Satellite Warrior can be a decent turn 2 game ender, especially if you invest more synchros. And Ultimaya Tzolk'in, which can be made with Illwind, Harmattan, and Gale, and then used to summon a bunch of different dark dragons, such as Void Ogre. I suppose I also should mention Blackwing Blizzard the Far North. A lot of people really like this. It recovers cards from the graveyard, but I found it was dead most of the time first turn, and its low level didn't allow me to make the kind of synchros that I wanted to make. Finally though, there's Redoer, which I want to mention because my original idea for this deck was actually Blackwing Time Thieves. This is another completely dark archetype, and it has access to Redoer for removal, as well as a searchable counter trap, which together could protect Full Armor Master perhaps better than Avramax. I couldn't quite make it work, but if you want something interesting, it's worth considering. Maybe do it yourself and see if you can make something really crazy. That's for another time, though. For now, I think I've talked long enough. Thanks for watching this profile. Like the video if you liked it, comment if there's any changes you would make, and subscribe for more strange deck profiles in general. I do one of these every other week. Until next time, good luck, and have fun.